Today we're going to talk about something really powerful, something I call the $1,000 mindset.
All right, let me just ask you something. If I gave you $1,000 right now, cash in your hand, no strings attached, what's the very first thing you'd do with it? Seriously, would you spend it, save it, maybe invest it?
Really think about it for a second, because believe it or not, your gut reaction, your answer to that one simple question, it actually reveals a ton about where you're headed financially.
We're going to break down exactly what that answer means. And hey, if you're someone who wants to understand money without all the complicated jargon, you're definitely in the right place, so make sure you stick around.
You know, a lot of people might say, $1,000, that's not going to change my life. But that's where they're totally missing the point. It's not about the amount of money. It's about the mindset behind how you use it. That very same $1,000 can either just disappear, poof, or it can be the tiny seed that grows into something huge.
So let's look at the 3 basic paths you can take with that money. We'll start with the most common one, which, let's be honest, is usually the wrong move if you're trying to build wealth. I'm talking about the path of spending. This is the default setting for so many of us, right? That $1,000 hits your account and boom, it's gone. It's the new phone, a shopping spree, a fancy dinner, maybe a fun weekend away. And hey, it feels great for a little while. That's instant gratification.
But what happens when the weekend's over and the new gadget isn't so new anymore? What do you have to show for it? Zero. The money's just gone. No growth, no return on your money, nothing. It's a total dead end.
Okay, so let's talk about path number 2, saving. Now, this is definitely a step in the right direction compared to just spending it all. But, and this is a big but, it's got a major flaw.
See, when you save, at least you still have the money, right? You're protecting it. But there's this silent thief called inflation that's always at work. You know what I mean? Every year, prices for gas, for groceries, for everything, they creep up. And that means the value of your cash, your purchasing power, is quietly getting eaten away.
So that $1,000 you tucked away, a year from now, your bank statement will still say $1,000. But what can you actually buy with it? Maybe only what $970 buys you today. Your money is literally losing power just by sitting there doing nothing.
Getting this difference is so important. And if this is clicking for you, if these little light bulbs are going off, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on what's coming next. All right, let's get to the good stuff. The third path.
Okay, this brings us to the third path. And honestly, this is the one that changes the game. This is the path of investing. This is the smart move.
Now, when I say investing, I bet most of you immediately think of the stock market. And that's part of it, for sure. But it's so much bigger than that. Investing that $1,000 could mean investing in yourself, taking a course to learn a new skill. It could be the startup cash for a little side business, buying your first batch of products to sell online. It could be creating a digital product. Or, it could be putting it into some simple investments.
Because here's the massive difference. With spending, the money's gone. With saving, you're just trying to keep the money. But with investing, the goal isn't just to keep it. The goal is to multiply it. You're making your money work for you so it can grow and make, more money.
Well, let's make this super practical. Let's say you take that $1,000 and you invest it in a course to learn a high-demand skill, something like graphic design or video editing. Okay, now, with that skill, you start doing some freelance work on the side, and you're pulling in an extra $200 a month. Well, do the math. In just 5 months, you've made your entire investment back.
Just look at this. You start out down $1,000. That's your investment. But then, after 5 months of work, you've earned that $1,000 right back. You're at zero. And then, month 6, that $200 you make, that's pure profit. And every single month after that is just more profit. That, right there, is how you start building wealth.
So what's the real difference between these 3 paths? The spending, the saving, the investing. It's not the $1,000. It's something way more important. It's the mindset. This is the whole shebang right here.
This really gets to the heart of it all. What we call a poor mindset has nothing to do with how much is in your bank account. It's a way of thinking. It's asking the question, what can I buy with this? But the rich mindset asks a totally different question. It asks, how can I grow this?
That one little shift in your thinking, from being a consumer to being a creator, a grower, that one change, it changes absolutely everything. It's the bedrock of building real wealth.
Look, let's be real. $1,000 won't make you a millionaire tomorrow. But the mindset you apply to that $1,000, that can put you on the path. It really just comes down to this simple truth. Small, smart decisions made over and over again lead to massive, life-changing results down the road. So I'll leave you with this. The next time some extra cash comes your way, whether it's $100 or $1,000, what question are you going to ask yourself? If you want more simple breakdowns like this to help you think differently about money, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks so much for hanging out with me.